Hello, everyone, and welcome to the post-match show, part of the Clean Bold podcast with me, Sab. Instant match reaction here, first ever episode edition, whatever you want to call it, of the post-match show. We're starting with a big. It's India versus Pakistan. Obviously, been so much hype. Predominantly all of our content on the channel since we've started has been building up to this India-Pakistan game. Obviously, lots to digest in the World T20 itself, but we will discuss everything else in our bigger episode that we're going to be recording, and it's going to be put out later on tomorrow. A supremely comfortable victory for India. They've won by 61 runs in the Premadasa Stadium in Colombo. Still kind of processing everything that's happened, but we're just going to give our immediate thoughts to this. Wow. What a performance, really, from India. I was very nervous. I imagine a lot of people were quite nervous. Pakistan came into it in a decent form, 2 wins from 2. Their spinners looking great, and they brought with them a battery of spin bowlers. Pakistan known for their seam bowlers over the course of time, but they've gone the other way, and they've got so many spinners in their team. And on a wicket that's provided a lot of turn, that could have been dangerous. Pakistan won the toss. They chose to field first. And at the time, I thought, yeah, that's a good decision. But, the idea that they're going to restrict India. And to be fair, they played a blinder because they opened with spinner. The skipper took the first over. And Abhishek Sharma come back into the team after an illness, was out in the first over playing a completely ridiculously stupid shot. Brainless cricket from Abhishek Sharma. But then the man who's in form, red hot form in the minute, Ishan Kishan, with an amazing innings. He scored 77 off just 40 balls, really took the attack to the Pakistani bowlers. This was a very special innings from Ishan Kishan because you can see that the way the game went, everybody else seemed to be playing in the way that we thought the pitch would play. They were struggling to really time the ball. There weren't many clean hits in this game, not many sixes. It was a struggle to really score a lot of big runs, not many overs going for a lot of runs. A lot of the Indian batsmen kind of struggled with their timing, apart from one man, Ishan Kishan, who played a blinder of innings. Yeah, as we said, 77 off just 40 balls. This was a very slow and spin-friendly pitch, but he looked like he was batting on another pitch entirely with the way he was hitting. And India were motoring along. They really looked like they were going to get close to 190. It looked like they were going to get maybe past 200, which probably would have been way, way over par. But that's where they were heading at one point. As the game went on towards the middle to late overs, Pakistan spinners really started to put the squeeze on. So India, I felt, were probably 10 to 15 runs short of where they looked like they were going to be. I think they were, motoring along. They were probably 80 odd or nearly 90 odd after 12 overs. So they really looked like they were going to get to past that 200 mark. But Pakistan, to their credit, they caught well, they fielded well in those last kind of 6-7 overs. 175, I would say, is probably marginally above par, but a competitive score nonetheless. But I think Pakistan at that stage probably would have fancied the chances of chasing it down, actually. The way they were leaking runs for the first 10, 11 overs, to be staring at face, chasing down 220, 200, to then be chasing 175, you'd have to say that they had maybe a bit more momentum going into it. The tails would have been up. The rest of India's innings, they managed 98 off 80 balls. So that's more representative of what the conditions were like. That represented how hard it was to bat out there with the conditions, the spin, the turn, the grip, everything. And Pakistan spinners exploited that well. Usman Tariq, who we spoke about, he didn't take that many wickets, but as he bowled, he gained more control, and obviously he's got so many different variations. That really put a lot of the Indian batsmen in a spin, no pun intended. They just found it difficult to get away, and the sixes and the fours dried up. Really was Usman Tariq and especially Saeem Aibid that were the two main bowlers for Pakistan, especially Saeem Aibid, 3 for, getting 3 wickets for 20 odd is a brilliant return considering the way Pakistan were leaking runs. The other Pakistani bowlers did not have a great time. Between them, Afridi, Abrar, and Shadab, they went for they went for 86 in the 6 overs between them, which is pretty poor returns. Shaheen Shah Afridi, obviously leader of the attack, only bowled 2 overs, and they were both expensive. which again seemed a little bit strange. I think he bowled the second over or third over, then came and bowled the last over. So again, slightly strange, but that's because Pakistan has so many spinners now. Again, the game turned on its head when Pakistan came out to bat, and in a blink of an eye, they were 13 for 3 after just 2 overs. Hardik Bandia opened the bowling, took a wicket in the first over. Pakistan was 0 for 1, a wicket maiden, almost unheard of in T20 cricket. And Jasprit Bumrah just doing Jasprit Bumrah things. He got hit for a 6 for his first ball, responded with a sensational Yorker, a brilliant Yorker to dismiss the dangerous Saib, and then the problem with Pakistani's batting. I mean, look, I'm an Indian fan, support India, but even I was getting annoyed and angry at some of the shots that the Pakistani batsmen were getting. It was borderline brainless cricket from Pakistan. They were just trying to hit the hell out of the ball without any timing, without any plan, just hitting and hoping. And there were so many just easy wickets that India took. Watch Aghar's wicket from Bumrah. Again, a nothing shot. He's the captain. He's coming in. They've lost an early wicket, and to play a shot like that is inconceivable. Babar Azam, again, such an experienced batsman, playing across the line to a spinner. Crazy shots. There were just so many Pakistani batsmen who threw their wickets away with just very strange shots. And this is what we spoke about in the prediction video. The mental pressure, the emotion of this game, of this fixture, something seems to happen to Pakistan when they bat against India. There's a brain fog, the emotion gets them. I don't know what it is. At times it's unexplainable. I was sitting there watching it in disbelief as to what Pakistan were doing. And they never really looked like they were going to chase the score. And again, okay, it was an above average score, but I felt like Pakistan might give it a go, and it was going to be a close game. If it wasn't for Usman Khan, who scored 44 off, I think, about 34 balls, I mean, this would have been a real horror show. And it already is. 61 is it just sort of demonstrates the gulf between the two sides, and especially when Pakistan batted. There was no plan, there was no thought, there was no confidence. Chasing 170 in a 2020 game, it's really difficult. And then you're 30 for 4 as well, Babar Azam getting out, and then you're just losing batsmen, then you're chasing the game. Usman Khan and Shadab Khan, they had a mini partnership, if you like, and that was keeping Pakistan within touch. I mean, again, it never dragged them into the game, but it kept them in touch, just kept them within reach of potentially getting close. But again, realistically, they never had any chance. And again, they did this themselves. There was no calmness in their batting. They just like deer in the headlights, just throwing wickets away, aimless shots, just hitting the balls in the end. He was catching practice out there for India. And Tilak Varma even sought to drop 2 catches as well. So this could have been so much worse. I don't really know what to make of this. After all the hype, after all the drama and everything that we've had so far, it was sort of shaping up to be a good contest at the halfway stage. 175, you felt India didn't have enough runs, like we said, but then to just be kind of blown away like this it was obviously. Listen, I'm very happy that India have won. Obviously, also means India have qualified for the next stage. They've qualified for the Super 8, so they've got one more match where they can rest easy, not even thinking about it. But again, it just felt like a bit of a damn squid, because it just felt like, what is happening? What are they doing? But everybody seemed in disbelief that when it was 13 for 3 after just 2 overs. Man of the match, Ishan Kishan, without a question of a doubt. He is a risk taker and he gets rich rewards for it. But he's in such a good reign of form. And I'm really happy to see this, because if you remember, he came into the Indian team and he was out for a little while. So to force his way back in, which is not easy with this current Indian setup, for him to come back in team and now really showing his true talent and bringing his IPL potential into this team in a World Cup is really nice to see. And I just hope that it continues and he hasn't peaked too early. We just keep seeing this throughout the tournament. He was the difference maker in the end, because you look at everybody else on both sides, the way they batted, that was more reflective of what this pitch is like, what these conditions are like. He was the difference in the end, and he played a brilliant innings. An honourable mention to Saib Ayum for his 3 wickets for 25. He bowled really well. But again, he just wasn't backed up by any of the spinners. And Pakistan have loads of spinners who just didn't quite do enough today. And a very disappointing performance from Shaheen Shah Afridi. You expect for such a senior bowler, he'd give a little bit more. Guys, that is the post-match show. Again, another dominant victory for India against Pakistan. The streak continues. India's streak in white ball tournaments continues. I think that's 16 now wins in a row in ICC World Tournament, which is a new record since that 2023 a defeat to Australia. That's 16 in a row. I think they've played now 26 overall in the last 26 games they've played. 25 wins across multiple ICC white ball tournaments, which is an incredible stat. That's a 96% win average. So India really are in a rich reign of form in ICC white ball tournaments. So they've really put in a dominant display here, which, as I said, they needed to do. Again, it's not like they played that badly. They were shaky for large parts against the USA, and to me, a comfortable win against Namibia. But statement performance, I think, at the right time for India as they qualify for the Super 8s. For Pakistan, on the other hand, well, look, there wasn't a huge amount riding on this in the sense that although Pakistan now dropped to third in their group, they played a game less than the USA. So if you look at the table, they are third because their run rate has taken a big hit today. But USA have played a game also. Pakistan have got one more game up against Namibia. Now, look, that is a game that I think Pakistan will win. However much confidence has been taken out of this game, I think they will still beat Namibia. They are still good players. How they will get on in the rest of the tournament, I don't know, but I still think Pakistan will feature in the Super 8s. And this is what we say about Pakistan. Don't write them up just based on what you've seen today. They're a team that will put in a weak performance like they have today, but they could still be in the semi-finals, and then they're very dangerous. So just be wary about Pakistan. You never quite know with them. Right, guys, well, that's the post-match reaction. It was a brilliant day for India, a dismal one for Pakistan. The streak continues. So, yeah, will we see these two sides play each other in this tournament again? I don't know, but let's see. What were your thoughts on the game? What did you enjoy the most? India fans, I want to hear from you. How did you enjoy Ishan Kishan's performance? What else did you enjoy? Pakistani fans, get in touch. What is going on, guys? What are you guys doing with the bat? I don't understand. Can somebody explain some of the shots that were going on today? Because I didn't understand it. It was just crazy at times. And that is why Pakistan are on the receiving end of a pretty big thumping here. So, yeah, that is the post-match show with me, Sab, part of the Columbo podcast. Make sure you like this video, give it a share, and also subscribe to the channel as well. And we'll see you next time.